I'm a normal country person. Yeah, I love the country. Well, of course, I was born into farming. My whole family was farmers, and I was more like a boy than a girl. I have always liked physical work better than doing dishes and that kind of crap and ironing. I should have been a boy, but I wasn't. So I took every advantage of getting outside and doing some work with something. So I always liked to be out in the field. You know, I mean, every noon I would run out to ride a horse back in when my dad quit for lunch, and then I'd ride the horse back out when he went back to work and walk back to the house, and I would run out there again simply because I did so love riding those horses. Such a wonderful feeling of being on top of that humongous horse. Oh, and they love you. Oh, they do, you know. And I love the horses. I love going out and catching them, and I loved working in the field with the horses. When you have a team, it takes quite a bit to get one stirred, and they just did what they had to do, and I so admired them. They're almost human, but you know, they're so knowledgeable, and they notice everything you do. I truly loved working with the horses. I felt so honored to have the ability and to handle that. You know, I mean, I really do admire a horse and the power, because they have so much power. I felt so good doing that. My dad used to make a brush with thorn bushes, and he would put them on a bar, and then I'd pull that around, and so it would knock down everything that was standing up. That was the first thing you did when you started farming in the spring. I love to get up in the morning and brush the fields. Well, I used to bake a birthday cake. You know, once in a while somebody would be having a birthday, and if they was in the Grange, I would bake a birthday cake, and then we'd take it up to the nursing home. And then pretty soon the nursing home asked me, said, Violet, would you like to do a birthday cake a month or a couple? You know, if you have more than one birthday, you have to have more than one cake. And they asked me if I would do that. I said I would be tickled pink to do that. You know, to bring joy to people who are not getting too much enjoyment out of life really is important to me. You know, I started baking cakes. Sometimes I'd bake 2 cakes, sometimes I'd bake, and I would do it like an angel food cake that was a long cake like that, and then you could slice it easy. But people enjoyed it so much and I thought, I'll be doing this till I die. You know, but I just truly, the giving and to see their faces and to do something. You know, a lot of people had never had a birthday cake before. You know, you don't realize it until you get out amongst people. The enjoyment for me was more than I could explain to do that. And it cost so little, but it never bothered me. I felt it was so little to put forth to somebody who had been spending their time in a nursing home. I prayed to God I would never have to do that. You learn what it is to be thankful for what you can do and what you have. You know, when I was a girl, we lived down the road. There was an old German couple lived across the street. So, you know, I'd be out there milking cows, and Ed would yell, "Sing a little louder, Violet!" I truly had wanted to go to school and study music because I loved to sing. That never happened. But man, I got a lot of a lot of good out of just having Ed and Sarah live over there. And I just loved old people. They are the kindest things. And when I moved into this valley, they were all old people. There was Grandpa and Grandma, and my goodness, up the road, all of the people, the parents of the people that lives here, such nice people. And they were so good to me. I've never been despondent in my life. You know, I accepted everything. I was always looking for a way to make it better. I never was one to sit around and cry or sit around and feel sorry for myself. I truly loved everything I was doing. I loved farming. I loved learning something new. I always felt life was good. You need to have kindness in your life and thoughtfulness. You need to have kindness and thoughtfulness in your life. Everyone, you know, you can't just be a rock out there in the middle of nowhere and nobody talks. You only get 6 or 7 pieces from an apple pie, and that don't go very far. But gee, when I'd have a lot of people come, so then I thought, I think I'm going to do a cookie pie. So I took one of my big cookie sheets and lined it with pie dough. Then I filled it with filling and put a pie dough on top. We needed a fundraiser for the Grange. And so anyway, I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll make a pie a month if somebody will buy them, and I'll make a good pie every month. So they said, good. And I said, you can charge whatever you want, or you can auction it off. I don't care what you do with it, but I will donate a pie a month. And so I did that for a year. But it was good, and it was a good feeling. I love doing things like that. If someone likes something, there's nothing like that feeling in your heart.
You are something. You must be related to Sister Teresa.
Something you truly need is patience. Everything needs patience. Nothing is just instamatic. They think they put a seed in the ground. I might go out there after about a week and go, I wonder how far that little thing is. Nobody can rush it. No, its own time. My greatest desire was to be a farmer, and I've experienced that. I've learned so many things. I've been able to milk 12 cows in the morning and night. That's a lot. I just feel so blessed to have been able to do the things I did, because it's been a wonderful experience. I'm a very independent person, and it gave me all the independence I ever needed to be able to go out and do a job that I just thank God for giving me that vitality and the gumption to press on and do all these strange things that I've done in my life. And I am so satisfied. I really feel like I have accomplished whatever I set out in life to do. But I truly feel that I had a very wonderful life. We worked hard, I didn't expect anything different. The work had to be done. Bucket list. Oh my God, you haven't got enough paper for all the things I would love to do in this world. And I don't have too much time.
Well, I figure you get another 20 years.
My number one thing is to be right here and to see the fields grow, and I get more enjoyment out of that than I do out of anything. Bino was just nuts about baked goods. And you know, and then with that many kids, why, there's baked goods for several days. Oh, I always bake because everyone in my family loved baked goods. You know, you got to keep people happy if you want to get them away. I love to watch things grow. When you plant, I mean, it's just amazing how you can plant some corn, and every day it's a little higher and a little higher and a little higher. And just simply because you planted it and take care of it. Oh, it's like a miracle. You know, you go out one day and then, oh my goodness sakes, look at there, they are, they're all coming up, and it's just unreal. And then the first thing you know, they're this high, and you're eating corn. Oh, it gives you, you can't imagine the feeling that you get from seeing that. To me, it's almost euphoria. You know, you just kind of want to shout it to the world. Look at that corn. In fact, I do shout it a little bit. But I do. I just so love. I so love just growing stuff. To me, it's such a miraculous thing. And they've been doing it forever. But life has got to be the most wonderful thing in the world. It truly is.